If you've ever spent a full hour agonizing over how to perfectly phrase a text message, terrified that someone might misunderstand you or get angry, you already know how exhausting modern communication can be. We rush to fix other people's problems and constantly monitor our own tone. We operate under a deeply ingrained assumption. If we are just good enough, helpful enough, and perfectly clear in our intentions, no one will ever turn against us, and we will be safe from rejection. But the harder you try to protect yourself by pleasing everyone else, the more you twist your own personality into knots. This hypervigilance actually turns you into a predictable, easy target for manipulation. Curating how others perceive you functions as a sophisticated form of submission. By reacting to their expectations, you hand over the remote control of your emotions to whoever happens to be watching. Depth psychologist Carl Jung argued that emotional immunity doesn't come from building defensive walls to keep the world out. It comes from mastering your own unconscious mind and managing your psychic energy. Jung identified the persona, the social mask we wear every day. We build this mask out of necessity, designing it specifically to ensure we are accepted by the group. Look at this model of the psyche. The central glowing core is your true self, and this outer ring represents the persona. Maintaining that mask for social approval requires a massive, continuous expenditure of your vital psychic energy. It actively drains your center. Jung warned that the need to justify your actions keeps you trapped in a reactive state. When your energy is stretched outward to appease others, you leave yourself vulnerable to opportunistic people who know exactly which buttons to press. Prioritizing the mask forces a constant trade. You exchange your vital energy for social permission. This trade leaves you permanently reactive to the whims of others, spending your life begging for permission to exist. To stop this cycle, we have to look at how manipulators actually operate. People who thrive on emotional control rarely force you to do anything. They simply provoke a reaction. They rely heavily on psychological projection. When someone criticizes you, plays the victim, or attempts to provoke guilt, they are usually taking their own unresolved insecurities and pushing them onto you. This diagram maps the exact mechanical failure. Node A fires chaotic provocations. If node B jumps in to defend, it creates a continuous energy loop. By engaging, you expand into a blank mirror, using your energy to reflect their turmoil, overwriting your own emotional state. Constant emotional availability makes your reactions predictable. In any psychological dynamic, whatever is predictable becomes a tool for someone else to use. Explaining your side of the story provides the exact currency the manipulator requires to keep the game going. Every defense you offer serves as a payment into their system of control. The most direct intervention is absolute, disconcerting silence. When someone demands an explanation you don't owe them, choose to simply observe instead of reacting. Withdrawing your availability breaks the mechanism of projection. If you do not provide a reaction, there is nowhere for their projected insecurities to land. Without a mirror to bounce their chaos back at them, the manipulator is trapped. Their mask falls, and they are forced to confront the loud, terrifying emptiness of their own internal noise. Boundaries do not require verbal justification. A refusal to participate in the drama communicates that you have fully reclaimed your internal authority. You are simply occupying your space. Letting people misjudge you without rushing to correct the record demonstrates a rare level of psychological integrity. It signals that you are no longer seeking validation from the person trying to control you. This leads to the central goal of Jungian psychology: individuation. It is the only permanent defense against external manipulation. Individuation is the difficult process of turning inward to face and integrate all of your hidden parts, your fears, your past wounds, and your shadows. This animation shows the result of that integration. When those fragmented fears merge and you accept yourself entirely, external insults no longer trigger frantic reactions. They strike the surface and immediately deflect, because there are no hidden vulnerabilities left for anyone to exploit. An integrated person operates with a quiet confidence that others cannot dismantle. They stand their ground because they no longer need to convince anyone of their value. Taking back your power will trigger social fallout. Manipulators will panic because you took away their narrative control. Relationships that relied on your submission will shatter, and people may accuse you of becoming cold. This period of solitude serves as a sacred isolation, the necessary space to rebuild identity from your own center rather than from external expectations. True strength lives in your awareness, not in your reactions. You do not need to be understood by everyone to be valid. If you are ready to stop absorbing the chaos of others and claim your internal authority, make a commitment right now. Scroll down to the comments and type, "I choose my peace." Claim this space for yourself.